The Dead Lucky, issue number 6 from Image Comics. So I've had nothing positive to say about this series in the past. Does this change my thoughts whatsoever? Is this finally a good issue? Well, let's get into it. So we start off with the flashback where we see Eddie and he's waking up in bed and Bibi is there all dressed up. And Bibi is getting ready for a flight. The military called. She has a mission overseas. She can't tell Eddie any kind of where I'm going, how long I'm gonna be. And Eddie's like, I can't do this anymore. So basically, they have to break up. And they have the scene in for something that's gonna pop up later on. I'll say I don't care. I don't care about their relationship. I don't care about their past relationship, especially since both characters have moved on. Bibi's now flirting with this female cop. So, like, why do I give a crap about what their past relationship was like? So we cut back to the present where Bibi and the Savage Army gang are taking on Morrow. And we have a character named Mac Sands. And he's like a independent journalist, I guess. He's live streaming everything. And he's one of those people that, like, puts himself in the middle of the battlefield. He just comes across really annoying. But anyways, Bibi is getting overrun. There's too many. So she calls on Shift to help her out. And Shift's like, nah, I agreed to an assault on Morrow, not a suicide. Alamo last stand. You're on your own. Take care. And he leaves with this little group. And again, I'm just like, why is this a character a thing? Why does Massiverse keep trying to make Shift happen? I feel like that girl from the movie Mean Girls. Stop trying to make Shift a thing. Shift is not a thing. It's never going to be a thing. Shift is an annoying character. He could have been a good character. I laid out how he could have been a good character in my last Radiant Black review. Here's what I would have done. So, in the Massiverse, Shift somehow gets his hands on blueprints or whatever. He's able to build suits that grant people powers, but he needs the Radiance to charge up the suits. And so he goes and he like robs banks and things like that. And then he does other stuff, whatever. In the last issue, he becomes a weapons dealer. And then he has he rants at Nathan and tells him about how there's like this huge threat to Earth coming. And he doesn't trust the Radiant to take care of it. And I'm like, that right there, that should have been what you focused on for this character. Not all this other stupid BS. You should have had that be the main point. He should have had this character show up. He sees these Radiants, and he sees that they're not doing everything they can to protect humanity. Yeah, they kind of fight bad guys and stuff like that, but they also kind of half-ass it at times. You have characters like Saitomi who, instead of going out helping people, she's wasting away in jail. You have people like Ava who, instead of spending all her time helping humans and stuff, she's spending most of it live streaming on Twitch. You have Marshall and Nathan who are spending their time trying to get into Hollywood or going on dates, or like in Marshall's case, trying to do acting in fan films and trying to get good PR and going on podcasts and stuff like that. And he could have been like, you know what? These people suck. Like, humanity has to rely on these to save Earth? No. Instead, I'm going to use my knowledge, and I'm going to build these suits, and I'm going to take their powers, and I'm going to give it to people who are more, who are going to do good with it. People who I believe will protect humanity better because I can't rely on these people. That would have been an interesting character, because then you could have still had him be a tweener or a bad guy. You could have had him like have a conflict of interest with the superheroes, with the Radiants and stuff like that, because they think he's bad because he's trying to siphon their powers, which will stop them from being heroes. He thinks he's in the right because he's siphoning their powers to give to other people who he thinks will make better heroes than these. That could have been the whole thing. But instead, no. Instead, he's an evil YouTuber who creates NFTs to make money and robs banks and stuff. Then in Radiant Red, he's working for this group that wants to steal these biohazard chemicals so that they can create a bomb so that they can blow up civilians with chemicals. Then he appears in the latest Radiant Black as a weapons dealer selling alien technology and weapons to the highest bidder. So who knows what kind of villains can get their hands on that. And now he shows up here as a mercenary working alongside Bibi to take on this tyrannical company. what is he? Like, not even the Massiverse writers know what they want him to be. Because every time we see him, he's something different. And it's annoying. Like, just pick a thing for this guy. Stick with it. Stop changing him every time I see him. Every time he appears, he's completely different. And it's annoying. And he's also just an annoying character. There's nothing here. I don't know why we keep wasting so much time and energy on this guy. Apparently, he also has a bunch of, like, one-shots in the Image run. I haven't bothered reading that, and I'm not going to read that. That's, like, the one thing from Massiverse I'm not going to waste my time on. But stop trying to make this character a thing. He's not a thing. He sucks. Like, just stop it already. Stop trying. But yeah, he dips off. Bibi's forced to fight the Morrow on her own. And things aren't going good. So, like, in the meantime, like, this character named Mac, the reporter guy, he also ends up getting shot. But it's just in the shoulder. He's going to be okay. So, Bibi creates, like, this hole. And she drags Mac in there, basically into this building, along with the rest of the Salvation Gang. They close the building behind them, so they're stuck in this building, and Morrow, like, surrounds the building. And then Bibi does the most idiotic thing imaginable. She powers down her helmets, so she's still wearing the Dead Lucky suit. She just gets rid of the helmet so everyone can see what her face looks like. And then Mac literally puts the camera right in her face as he's live streaming. So now everybody knows her identity. Everybody knows that Bibi is the Dead Lucky. Even if they don't know what her name is, they know what she looks like. And it's like, girl, number one of being a superhero is keeping your secret identity a secret. That's the whole reason it's called a secret identity. But nah, Bibi just goes around revealing it to everybody. I mean, she literally revealed it to this gang that she was at war with just the previous issue ago. And now she's revealing it on live stream. And then rather than getting pissed off that, hey, you're streaming my face, which, I mean, you have no right to be pissed off at this guy for doing that because you're the idiot that took the helmet off in the first place. She also yells at him like, stop live streaming. You're giving our position away. And it's like, Bibi, the building is literally surrounded. It's not like you teleported somewhere. It's not like you threw a bunch of smoke and hid in the smoke, so now no one knew where you ran. You created a hole in a building, you ran into the building, you closed the hole behind you. The building is literally surrounded right now. They know where you're at. Him live streaming this isn't going to give away the position. What, give away the position that they already have? That would be like if the cops were surrounding my house and then I'm live streaming and someone says, you know, Pirate, stop live streaming. They're going to know that you're inside the house. It's like, the cops are literally outside surrounding the house. They already know I'm here. But yeah, she yells at him multiple times to stop live streaming. We cut to some time later where she's talking to the gang and he's still live streaming. So I guess she didn't care too much about him doing that. And then Bibi comes up with this great plan, quotation marks around great, where she tells everyone to leave and she's going to go confront Morrow. And she's like, don't worry, I got an idea. I'm going to give them exactly what they want. And so she goes out there by herself. And the leader of the Morrow group is like, you know, there's no shame in surrendering. Bibi says, I'm not here to surrender. So what exactly was your plan? You're going to try to fight them all on your own? But apparently there's like this explosion and Eddie shows up and he's piloting this giant mech. And Eddie's here to save the day, except he gets blown up and dies. So Eddie is dead. And that's why they showed the little flashback in the beginning. It's to show that, you know, they still care for each other or something. I don't know. It didn't do it for me. His death literally did nothing for me. This character dies. So what? I don't care. You haven't done anything for me to like this character. Yeah, you've done nothing for me to care about this relationship. This character might as well just be another NPC that just showed up and died. Like, why do I give a crap that Eddie's dead? So yeah, it's supposed to be like this big, like, sad, traumatic moment. But it's like, whatever. It's this guy that no one really cares about, and now he's dead. Big whoop. And yeah, Bibi, like, gets pissed off. She powers up, and then yada, yada, yada. She ends up joining Morrow in the end. Yeah, there you go. There's the big spoiler. She joins Morrow, and her plan is, I'm going to take them out from the inside. All right, first off, why the hell would Morrow hire you in the first place? They've literally been spending multiple issues trying to stop you and get rid of you. They wanted you to surrender. You didn't surrender. They were literally going to kill you until Eddie showed up. You've caused nothing but trouble for them. You've destroyed a bunch of property. You caused a huge scene. You've painted them as enemies. I mean, which they are, but still, like, you're kind of exposing their crimes or whatever. You've caused so much damage to their equipment, to their robots and stuff like that. like a lot of money that they're gonna have to spend to recuperate those costs. And then all of a sudden, what? They're just gonna accept you with open arms. Not only do they just accept her, but they allow her to join and become the leader of like leading the group that's supposed to watch over San Francisco. It's like, wait, what? Why would they do that? This doesn't make any sense. And that's how this whole series is. Nothing makes any sense. Everything's stupid. Everyone's dumb, including the villains. Everyone's just annoyingly dumb. Nothing makes any sense. And I just hate everything about this. And you might be wondering, Pirate, why are you reading it then? Because it's part of the Massiveverse. And I read everything from the Massiveverse. Sometimes, not sometimes. I'm always hoping that things will get good. Because, hey, Radiant Black actually started off pretty terrible. The first 3.5 issues were really, really bad. And then it got better. And it's had some hiccups here and there, but it's been pretty enjoyable for the most part. Spin-offs have been absolute garbage. Rogue Sun has been really, really terrible. And then they had one issue that looks like it might have been on the right track. It might have been turning things around. It's like, okay, this is actually pretty good. I like this. Let's get more of this. And then, of course, the next issue was like, nah, we're going to go back to being terrible again. But I'm hoping that, they'll get better. Inferno Girl Red was awesome. It was only one issue so far, but it was a really, really good issue. So I'm hoping that Dead Lucky will just get better at some point. It hasn't yet. It's just been terrible. But I'm hoping it gets better. I'm also reading everything from the Massiveverse, so I don't get lost whenever I'm reading anything else from the Massiveverse. I don't want anything to appear in Rogue Sun or Dead Lucky. Anything that happens there appear in Radiant Black, and then I'm like, oh, what is this? I'm completely lost because I didn't read, the other series in this Massiveverse. Especially since there's going to be another supermassive crossover event. So I kind of want to make sure I am knowledgeable of what's going on and all the other stuff. But yeah, it sucks because for anyone who's been here for a while, I'm sure you've noticed that most of the stuff I put out is usually pretty positive. And that's because that's what I want this channel to be. I want this channel to be positive. So just to go on a little tangent, I created this channel for a couple of reasons. One of them is to just put myself out there. For anyone who doesn't know, I suffer from severe agoraphobia with panic disorder. That means I have trouble getting out of the house. Anyone who's read Green Lanterns, you guys know Jessica Cruz. That's what I have. It's hard for me to get out of the house. It's hard for me to be in crowds. It's hard for me to interact with people. I also have huge social anxiety, a social anxiety disorder, actually. So having conversations with people, really, really tough. So that's why I started YouTube. So I'm putting myself out there into the world, for better or for worse. And it's also why I started streaming on Twitch back when I did, so that I can interact with people in real time. And so that's why I started doing this channel. Also to help with my socializing, because as you can probably guess, someone who doesn't leave the house a lot and someone who doesn't socialize with people a lot, I'm not the best speaker. I'm a good listener, not really a good speaker. So that's why I kind of do these videos. It's also why I don't script anything. It's because I don't want to, if I script stuff, then I'd just be reading. Whereas if I do videos like this, I'm speaking off the cuff. Hopefully I can get better at this. The more I just speak what's on my mind, I just, without, sitting here with long pauses trying to think of what I'm going to say next, or scripting out what I'm going to say next, just speaking, then hopefully this will help improve future conversations that I have with people, because now I'm starting to get used to just speaking off the cuff. So that's a couple of reasons why I did this channel. Another reason is positivity. There's a lot of negativity out there, and I wanted this to be a positive channel. I wanted this to be escapism. I wanted people to come here and just kind of forget about their worries for a while. Things suck, but here's some good stuff that's still out there that you can go check out. That's kind of what I wanted this channel to be. There have been some times where I've done negative reviews, and that's because if I get a comic and it's terrible, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on it. So if it's terrible, I'm going to say it's terrible. Now the thing I could do is I could just go and just grab a bunch of terrible comics and do videos on that. I could have gone and done a video on Joker being pregnant with Clayface's baby. I could have done that. I could have done the whole Static Shock BLML protest thing. I could have done that. I could have done all these things. I could have talked about, all these characters, like Superman and Batman's, well, I guess not his son, but Tim Drake. I could have done Tim Drake, and I could have done John Kent becoming homosexual and all that stuff, despite Tim Drake, for example, having a bunch of girlfriends in the past. I could have talked about how we had John Kent fighting climate change instead of a giant monster. And it's you're Superman. You can stop climate change with your powers if you wanted to. I could have done all these things. I could have just focused on all the negativity. And it actually would have benefited me. Because I've noticed that when I do negative videos, I get a lot more hits. I get a lot more views. People tend to want the negativity. So I could just do that. And it would benefit me in the long term. I would get more views, hopefully more subscribers. I can make more money off this channel by just focusing on all the terrible things that are out there. Not just in comics, but also in media. We have like Velma and stuff. We have like just Indiana Jones, for example, coming out. I just saw an article where Indiana Jones, the director is going to make him a cranky old man, and that's going to suck. Like, so I could do that. I can just talk about all these ham-fisted politics, social agendas being shoved into our medium. I could talk about that. I could talk about how everything is just propaganda at this point. Like, there's no like good storytelling, really. Like, it's very hard to find it. How like even when things like things used to be political. Like, there were political comics back in the day, comics with politics, but it was done in such a way that like the story is what was great, so that you kind of forget about the politics. Like, the politics is like it doesn't bother me because you told a great story, or you showed things from both sides, and you didn't lecture us, but rather you put the ideas out there and you allowed us to come up with our own conclusions. I could talk about all that stuff. And again, that probably would have benefited me a lot more in terms of views and things. But I don't want to do that because I'm tired of seeing that everywhere. And I wanted this channel to be escapism. I want this channel to be positivity. I want this channel to be like, you know what? Yeah, there is a bunch of crap out there. There is just a lot of just terrible stuff going on. But come here, watch a video, and just forget about all that stuff for a while. Come here to just kind of unwind. There's a lot of terrible things happening in comic books, but here's some comic books that are actually not that bad. So why don't you check those out? Or here are some, you don't want to read comics. Here's some manga that are actually really good, that you can, not have to deal with all that stuff. Here's some video games just for you to watch and enjoy. Maybe stuff you haven't heard before, because they're all indie games made by just people like you and me. Even my reviews for like movies and stuff is like, here's some movies I really like, or in terms of the worst of Netflix, here's some stuff that's got a lot of hate on, but maybe there's some hidden gems in here. Maybe they were criticized in a way that they didn't deserve necessarily. So I'm trying to find the good in stuff and trying to put it out there for you guys. That's what this whole channel is. So I don't want to focus on negativity. I want to focus on positivity. I want this to be escapism. I want you guys to leave my videos feeling just a little bit better. And if I can make one person happy, then I've done my job. That's all I want to do. And it sucks that it's so hard to do that because we get comics like this. At least this one, it's not too much with the social commentary. It's just terrible writing. But I don't want to do stuff like this. I don't want to do videos like this. I don't want to do videos where I'm just ranting and raging for 20 minutes about how this thing sucks. I want to tell you about how stuff are great. How hey, here's a good story. Why don't you go check it out? Like, I really appreciated it. I thought it was good. Maybe you'll find it entertaining as well. That's what I want to do. And this series is preventing me from doing that. This series sucks. It's terrible. There's nothing redeeming here. Maybe the artwork. Like, I'm not going to hate on the artists. It's not really my cup of tea. Everything else, though, is terrible. The writing is just god-awful. The characters absolutely suck. The pacing is terrible. Terrible characters, terrible pacing, terrible dialogue, potholes galore. It's just nothing is working here. Everything about it is just, there's nothing redeemable here. I'm going to keep reading it because unfortunately, it's part of the Massiverse. But if it wasn't, I would have given up on this series so long ago. And anyone out there who's like, should I give it a chance? No. What if I'm a huge Tokusatsu fan? Should I still check it out? No. What if I'm a huge Massiverse fan? Should I check it out? No. Yeah, you might miss some things. Just watch my videos. I'll be covering everything from the Massiverse, so you won't miss anything because I'll go through that pain for you. This sucks. It's terrible. Sorry about that rant. It's just, I think part of it is just I've been just reading so much shit. I don't do reviews for every comic that I read. So let's just say that. There are a lot of stuff I read and I'm just like, this is terrible. I'm not going to bother wasting time on it. And I just put it away and that's it. And also, this is my second time recording this because the first time, I guess, my mic wasn't picking up. So yeah, I'm a little bit more angry than I was before. But yeah, at this point I'm just ranting, so I'm gonna stop here. If you've gone this far into the video and you put up with my ranting for this long, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you stick with me. I hope you know, put up with the occasional, hopefully rare, negative videos. Again, like I said, I'm trying to be more positive. I want this channel to be more positive, more escapism. You know, just good stuff, good feelings, good vibes. With that said, if you got any of that, if you got like good comics out there that I haven't mentioned or talked about before that you think I should check out, even stuff in the past, like I'm totally down for doing like retro reviews. I love that stuff. Hopefully, like try to give me something that's like, if it's a retro review, it's just like one issue, or if it's in a, like an arc, maybe like 2 or 3 issues, just something that like I can easily find and I can easily, like, I don't have to spend a lot of money or just go through a lot of issues to fully appreciate. Just something that I can just quickly get through. But if you have anything like that, let me know and I will do that. I'll check it out and hopefully get a video up about it at some point. Or if there's any good manga out there that you think I should check out, let me know. I'm always down to find new manga. So, and everything you guys always recommend to me, I always, like, even if I don't respond to you in a comment, I try to respond to every comment that I can. Sometimes I just don't, but like, I'll try to at least give like a thumbs up or a heart. Unless it's like super negative, like if you're just, you know, trashing me, I'll read it. I might not respond to it. I won't delete it or anything unless it's just like, you know, telling, like saying I need to get my ass kicked or whatever. I've had someone say that. I had someone wish death on me because I laughed at something that I laughed at one of the turtles dying, and it's just because that's my reaction to coping with stuff. I laugh if I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm angry. I just you've probably heard me laugh a couple of times throughout this review. But yeah, I had like people wish death on me and my family for that, and I was like, okay, like that I'll delete because whatever. But if you're gonna like criticize me on something, like, hey, like, I didn't really care for your thoughts on this, or you're wrong about this, yada yada, that's completely fine. In fact, hey, yeah, if there's anything I can do to make your stay here more enjoyable, like I want you to come back. I want you guys to subscribe. I want you guys to like my videos. I want you guys to become a consistent viewer. So if there's anything I can do to make your experience on my channel better, please let me know. Like I will take any kind of feedback. Like I'm not one of those people, like I won't ignore your feedback, and it doesn't hurt me if you tell me that I'm doing something wrong, or if I make a mistake in something, please let me know. So yeah, if you got any things like that, let me know. If you got any recommendations for any stuff like that, let me know. I'm even thinking about doing some retro like anime reviews. Probably like do like movies first, or like OVAs. Not necessarily series, but like, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 episode OVAs. So if you got stuff like that that you recommend I check out, let me know. If you got movies you think that I should check out, I especially like I love just like, I mean, you can check out some of the videos I've done reviews for already to see what like my tastes in movies are. But like I love like the crazy like Japanese like action horror stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be Japanese. Just crazy stuff that people might not have heard of or doesn't get enough attention, but you think is really, really good and you think, you know, I might enjoy it. Let me know. Any kind of recommendation, stuff like that. I'll take notes of it, and whenever I got free time, I'll try and check it out, and I might do a video for it one of these days. But yeah, at this point I'm just kind of rambling. Again, thank you for putting up with this rant. Hopefully this is like the last one I gotta do, because I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be a negative person. I don't want this to be a negative channel. I want this to be something that leaves people feeling better. So thank you for putting up with that, and yeah, I hope I see you next time. Hope you continue checking out my videos, subscribe and all that stuff, and just take care. I hope your day's going good. I hope it continues to go good if it is. Be safe, be happy, take care, and I hope to see you next time. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.